artists, as you might imagine, don't always make a living in the art world, and this was particularly true of a gentleman that we are representing here today. So he chose to do the next best thing to being an artist. He chose to be an art director, and I'm of course talking about Mark Lewis, Ernie's brother, who for many, many years has toiled and labored to hone his craft as an artist, and kept his hand in that with us, working as an art director, and now has really emerged. As a matter of fact, there was a show that he did here in Vegas, I think it was about 6-7 months ago, at the Centaur Galleries, which is the big gallery over in the Forum Shops. And he actually co-exhibited with Steve Kaufman. If you're familiar with Steve Kaufman, who sadly and tragically passed away much too young. Steve Kaufman, right out of the Andy Warhol school, and in fact was one of Andy Warhol's prodigies, is a big name in the art world. And in fact, some of the local press took notice of this, and there's one of Mark's pieces on the cover of one of the Vegas local magazines here, and they have a real nice write-up about him. And so he's starting to gather a lot of attention. His work is selling and selling well, and we're just delighted to be in a position, frankly, to be able to offer his work while it's still relatively affordable before he's 44 in your catalog. It's 20 by 60, and it's an original acrylic on canvas done in 2012. Auction estimate was $2,500. You'll see him at Centaur Galleries in that price range. Bridget Mardone. 40 by 30. It's an acrylic on canvas, painted in 2010. Auction estimate between $8,500 and $9,500. The auction reserve was going to be $65. Mark Lewis. It is a wonderful piece. This piece, it shows to me such breadth of creativity, such a wonderful palette, and of course, obviously, a pop art look at such an important and yet sensitive subject. This is really a $15,000 piece. We should be in an auction reserve of about $11,000 for Convicted Silk by Mark Lewis. This is an epic piece of art. Blue. Today in Las Vegas, it's on the cover of one of the Las Vegas magazines here, folks. It's by Mark Lewis. It's number 20 in your catalog. It's an acrylic on canvas. We auction estimated this based on the Centaur Gallery's prices at $8,500. How do I feel when people
interpret my work differently? I think that the interpretation is so individual that I'm reminded of a painting that I did of John F. Kennedy, and an individual happened to see things in the painting that I did not see, and actually asked me if I went about creating those things in that painting. And I had to be honest. I wanted to say, oh yes, of course I did that on purpose. So interpretation, I think, is up to the viewer rather than the creator. If they want to know what my vision was, then of course I will provide them with that information. And if they come up with a different interpretation, I'm actually gratified that they can find something new that I didn't know was there.